Alright guys, what we're going to do today is I got a set that I put in here, dirt hole set out in the middle of a cut cornfield, and for the last few days I've had some fox tracks in the peat moss, and last couple days my trap's been flipped out of the ground. So not quite sure what's doing it. Coon's bad for it, could be a fox. I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'm going to try to be smarter than him, and I'm going to rebed my original trap, and I'm going to step behind it a little, and I'm going to put another trap in the ground. Hopefully when he comes in, dig my trap up, he'll step in the other trap not knowing that it's there, and I'll be able to catch whatever the critter is. So this is my original trap, still set too. When he throws it out of the ground, it's still set. It's almost like he picks it up and just sets it out of the way or whatnot. So that's my original trap. My original trap bed here. I'm gonna clean it back out real good, dig it out a little more. What I got here is a Duke 4-coil 1 3/4. I like it. It's a very good trap, very effective trap. It'll hold coyote, coon, fox, pot, whatever gets in this trap, it's had. Very strong trap. I like to use peat moss because, for one, it repels water real good. For two, when it gets cold and nasty, you really don't have to worry about it freezing because it repels moisture. What I like doing in my trap bed is just take a handful, unsift it, and just bust it up in there a little bit. So that way you got a good base of peat moss. Just pack it down in the best that you can. Move the access chain to the side. Put my trap in the ground, get some of the dirt that I've dug up, kind of pack around the outside of the trap. It's got a good mix of peat moss, so hopefully it won't freeze up on me. And I like to pack dirt down all around my trap. You want to try to eliminate movement when bedding a trap, because these animals are smart. If they step up to work your set and the ground moves in under them, 9 times out of 10 they're going to spook and run, or they're going to dig your trap up. And that could very well be what happened to me. You know, they might have felt the ground shift some. Might not have had my trap bedded quite tight enough, and that caused them just to reach down, get that trap out of their way, and then get a free meal. So we don't want that. Make sure your trap's packed down in real good and bedded in. When using peat moss, there's no reason to use a pan cover from my experience, because it's a soft dirt and don't compact, so therefore if it's under your pan, when the animal steps on your pan, it's still going to allow it to fire because it's not tightly packed over it. And then I like to find something, a stick, piece of corn stalk, whichever it may be. A lot of trappers use their hand. I've done it before, got my fingers caught. It's no fun. So that's why I like to use a stick, piece of corn stalk, whatever you got laying around, just something to smooth this dirt out, make it flat and flush with the ground. versus your hand. Nobody likes to get smashed fingers. So there's my original trap. I've got it back bedded. Dirt hole still there. Good backing. Got some grass. Got the corn stalk V'd to narrow the critter into the dirt hole. But like I said, my trap's been getting dug up and flung out of the way. So I'm gonna just step right here behind it, and I'm gonna dig me another trap bed. We'll make sure all roots or rocks or whatever might be in the way of your trap firing properly. You want to get them out of the way. You know, if you want a good productive set, it's not something that you can just come up and fly through and just, you know, dig a hole, throw a trap in the ground, throw some dirt over it. I know some guys that have luck like that, but me, I like to put the time and the effort in knowing that I'm doing everything right, so that way when it all comes together, it's a little more enjoyable for me that way. I've got another Duke, 1 3/4 inch. This is just a two coil trap. I've got it set. Once I get it set, I like to adjust my pan flat with the jaws as possible without the trap firing. But I like my pan tension to be a little heavy, so that way when the animal steps on the pan, it actually has to put pressure, and that kind of eliminates toe catches for the most part. Toe catch, I've had it hold critters and I've had critters pull out. So you got a 50-50 chance with a toe catch. I'd rather have a good mid catch of the foot. I just make sure that my trap's going to fit before I quit digging my bed. I use bullet stakes, super stakes, buy from F&T or Minnesota. They're really good, really good stakes. This has a 12-inch cable lead on it. I kind of like a little longer cable, but so far it seems to be good. I don't think there's a critter out there that pull this stake out of the ground. I just get it started like so. I made my own driver. Just take a 3-foot piece of rebar and ground one end down to a point where it fits in your driver. Stick it in the end. I give it just a nice jerk to kind of set the stake. I take my hammer and just pack the base down good. Once again, get a handful of dry peat moss, unsift it, just kind of crumble it in the bottom. That's a good base of dry dirt. We got rain moving in here in southern West Virginia tomorrow, and then it's supposed to get pretty cold, so I just pack that down the best that I can. Get my excess chain out of the way. Take a little dirt, mix it with what peat moss is on the ground, give it a good blend. Just go around and pack real good all the way around your trap, under the jaws. Remember, the key is to eliminate movement. Definitely want to eliminate all movement possible when putting a set in. Get any sticks or rocks out of the way. They could cause you trouble later on. I build my dirt and peat moss mixture packed in pretty much flush with the top of the jaws before I sift peat moss over the top. Try to find me a piece of corn stalk that I had. There we go, that will work. Just smooth this back out. I try to make it look as realistic as I can. You know, take a little corn husk and throw there. You don't want nothing real heavy in the way or anything, but this stuff here, man, it's real nice just to blend in and kind of make it look like the surrounding. I put me a guide stick in. You know, I've got the guide coming back at an angle, but critters don't like to step on objects that they don't have to. So my theory, an animal comes into work this set, you're going to want some sort of a guide on the back here. Alright, that's going to cause the animal to step over, so he's going to step in this vicinity. With him stepping in this vicinity, there's a lot better chance of him stepping on your pan. Same here, he's going to step here and then he's going to step over. When he steps over, there's a lot better chance of him stepping in your pan. Excess dirt that's left over, I like just to kick it back and then make it look like something's really been digging, really been working here. Not sure if it's helped. I use scent killer around my set where I was on my knees. It's a big no-no to leave a lot of scent, but at the same time, I don't like to carry no more than I have to in on the trap line. So instead of carrying feed sacks or tarp to get on, I just get on my knees and use a little scent killer. For bait in this set, I'm going to use Cavin's Minnesota brand Hiawatha Valley. It's got the critters coming in. Like I said, they've figured out where that trap is, so try to outsmart them a little bit. Don't take much of this stuff at all, but I like to put a wad. I like to really get the scent in there. That way if something's working this field anyways around, they can smell that and they're going to come investigate. As far as a lure, I like Cronk's 700. It's a very effective lure for red fox. I've caught red fox off of it. And I like it to work with my Hiawatha Valley. I just put a couple drips in. And then I got some Hall Baker. Dump a little Hall Baker in there with it too. But that, folks, is how I do a dirt hole. That's how I rig the dirt hole up after something's realized the trap was there and flips it out. So if I catch anything here, I'll be sure and film it and post it on our page, Mountain State Trapper, on Facebook. We encourage you to go like the page. We're really trying to get the group up and going. So I hope this was educational. I hope somebody out there might learn something. And I thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.